So my name's Kapowski. Our podcast is Stoned Ape Theories.
Nice.
And essentially, we had a group of friends that just got together, and we were all artists to some degree. Just, we were collaborating on stuff, and we are like, let's do this, because we were having interesting conversations and
Right.
shit like that. So we started a podcast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And we've been trying to interview local artists, glass artists, people in the cannabis industry, music artists, comedians, things like that.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
we're just starting to build.
Yeah.
My name's Kapowski. I'm here with...
My name is Ghoul. I'm with Cryptamnesia. Also, Band Wars on Amazon Prime.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And so what's going on with the Band Wars on Amazon Prime?
So we're kind of like Viva La Bam versus or meets up with Impractical Jokers.
Okay.
So we do a lot of weird stunts, but it's all local music, all local musicians. So none of us are stuntmen whatsoever. None of us have any type of background in that. We're all literally musicians, and we just love doing stupid shit.
The fuckery.
Just to entertain people. I mean, we're a bunch of fans of fans. So we love to go out there and do weird shit, and then play music, and then introduce other local musicians to our show as well.
Dude, that's so cool.
What is your do you play like an instrument per se?
I do.
But what do you play?
I'm a drummer.
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You like it?
I do. It's a wonderful item. It's not just one instrument. It's 7 different instruments that you play. You got to keep time for the bands and whatnot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like them rototoms?
I do. I love them.
You gotta love that. Maybe
Yeah.
Double kick.
Yeah, that actually saves me a lot of time of hitting the hi-hat. So,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm a musician myself. I play bass.
Yeah.
So like I totally get that side of the industry.
Sure.
And it's really fun to be able to like experience that with other people. You guys go super fucking hard.
Yeah, we
Like, mad respect.
you guys too. I mean,
Like-
amazing.
You just so bombs. But, like
Yeah, well-
you guys make music, man.
Right.
That's
Speaking of bongs,
fucking awesome.
right?
You guys do a great job.
I appreciate it.
Your
I
guys
mean,
is, like, bassists, guitarists,
it's-
everybody that you guys
I
like,
I
involve.
I
And, like-
100% appreciate what you're saying. It's awesome.
Dude, it's so
It's
cool.
it's not just about us though with Band Wars. It's about everybody, and that's what we want
Right.
to promote is the community of music. So yeah.
And so who are the artists here this weekend that are part of the Band Wars?
You have Northwest Weirdos.
Okay.
They're the ones that are primarily part of us.
That's Yak Nasty.
Yak Nasty and Cash, Mr. Twist.
Okay.
Those guys are 100% fucking solid people.
Okay.
Great guys to work with, play with, and whatever else. They're great friends of both Band Wars and our bands.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
excited.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and that's
they're-
going to be on what?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah. This weekend we're actually filming for season 2. First season we actually had a couple of really famous people in there. Chris 51 from Masters Inc.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the main guys in there. We had Vanilla Ice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was one of our
That's hilarious.
major people we had coming in.
Yeah.
This year we actually have now, as of today, we now have Redman on our show.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
He's already agreed to having his image on our show.
All right.
We also have.
He may be making an appearance on the podcast tomorrow. We'll see.
I hope so.
Hoping for that. Now, you said you play music as well.
I do too.
But-
I play like bass and guitar, so I'm just more a part of the industry in that sense.
Yeah,
but
grab the
more,
mic.
I make bongs. I work for Chris. I've been doing it for about 4 years or so now. Chris started the company in '98,
and has been blowing glass ever since. So it's
And who is Chris?
Chris is a great part of the industry. He's been super fun and intuitive to be able to work for and be able to provide an experience to not only us as glass blowers, but to people as the community, to be able to bring in so many different people and like choreogrations to be able to make so many awesome art pieces, not only bongs, to get people high every single day. It's been such an honor to like make bongs every day as a living.
Yeah, that's
and be able
cool.
to provide like for myself, but as
You
like,
seem
that.
like you're sustainably stoked on this. Yeah, it's awesome, right? When you're doing something you love, right? They say you never work a day in your life, right?
Right there, dude.
Undiagnosed up the ass, but like at the same time, I'm all about making that bong and like respecting the industry and the people who do it. And
Yeah.
every single part, whether it's making music, podcasting, making bongs, like it doesn't matter what it is. We're all a part of that community, and it's super awesome to be a part of that and to be able to be a part of this whole choreography of people.
If I could add to that, what?
And who are you, real quick? Just
Okay, I'm Chris. I'm Special K, the Bong Father. But if anything, it's all fuckery. Like I love what you said at the beginning, because just like bringing value and entertainment, providing people with an experience, and doing what we love, but we're also creating artwork that a tangible like piece that brings value to people's lives,
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of
Whatever they created with our pieces,
Yeah.
it's so
I'm gonna grab one of these pieces here.
like
Yeah.
That's a beautiful piece right there. Yeah.
And it's so cool because like musicians like you can come out and be like, oh yeah, here's our punk rock like awesome view of like how we view the world and like everything around us. But this is also a part of this weed and 420 like friendly industry, and it's so cool to like be like
It's
a
like-
part of this whole
It's
thing.
like hand in hand, really.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
A lot of our fans, even us, we partake, and it gives us that really good vibe. Actually, some of the things that we do are actually inspired by it. So it just brings a lot of interesting things to the table, especially when it comes to music. It gives us an avenue to express, and then when we go and we finish a set, we can go out and like partake and smoke
Right,
with
get
our
bands,
fans.
have some-
Yeah,
have
with our
some
fans,
fun,
and
right,
that's camaraderie right there,
Dude,
and it
it's
just brings
the
us all
best.
together like that.
And now, where are you guys from?
We're from Olympia.
Olympia. Okay, that's where we actually host our podcast. Our studio's down
Nice.
in Olympia. So I don't know if you guys want to bring the crew on sometime. We're in your neighborhood.
We'd love
and
to.
that would be
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah,
super
yeah.
rad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just hit us up.
yeah, that's cool.
We're from Oregon, so we
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
represent that the 420 industry and
Right.
the Oregon side. So
Right.
you know, it's
Yeah.
really cool to hear
We're-
you guys like talk about your guys.
We're
like,
actually
your guys'
working on getting down there because you guys have a really fucking cool club. I'm sorry, I don't to use foul language on your shit.
Hey.
But you guys actually have a really cool venue down there, the Coffin Club, and we really want to go and play down. Great friends of ours, the Dead Animal Dead Animal Assembly Plant plays down there, and they're good friends of ours.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say we have the Wow Hall in Eugene, which is our main hot spot for like all these new coming artists and even old artists.
The Wow Hall.
Yeah, the Wow Hall.
Okay.
The Dirty Heads and shit have played there.
Okay.
And like, come on, like, you can't get any more iconic than that. Having like the Dead Kennedys, even they played at
Nice.
the Wow Hall before.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like that's punk rock as it stands, which represents the Eugene community as it is. We represent glass blowing, like punk rock, like all that shit. We embrace it like to
Right.
the highest
And that's
degree.
what it's all
like,
about.
I played in
I
a
mean,
punk rock band for many years.
yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
so I understand that shit. I play bass
Yeah.
and shit. For
That's-
a lot of those punk rock bands.
That's what it's all about, is the camaraderie between all of us.
Right.
It's
It's
not.
community.
Yeah, I mean this event is.
I think Eugene Eugene and Olympia kind of sister cities.
I think so too,
Very
yeah.
liberal-minded. I mean, obviously Olympia state capital, but we've got that university vibe. We've got that downtown vibe, that culture of real like acceptance and
Yeah.
variety. You
Yeah.
know, the music and the art, and you know, I know for a fact we've sold lots of bongs in
We've
Olympia
brought so much
throughout the
like,
years.
And so now you're based down in Oregon now. Your studio's down there.
I'm from Eugene.
From-
But I will say, in '98 when I started my business, it was in Eastlake in Seattle. And it was an event like this that really put us on the map, the Seattle Hemp Fest.
Northwest
Right.
glass royalty.
We are a product of the Northwest. I mean, there's absolutely no doubt about it. And those liberal, those pockets.
Inspired by coffee. Just like how convenient is that? That's
Drunk.
A beer mug, coffee mug, and now the bong handle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
simple.
Absolutely.
we're all like one part of this big conglomerate of a
Well, it's like
community,
it's
and
a
it's really cool.
it's the same thing. We're all doing the same thing. You're making art. We're making art.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the entire thing. And our whole entire goal. And I don't mean to speak for you, but I feel like that's the same thing. But as a musician, the whole entire goal is to make sure that everyone has the same camaraderie and we have the same feelings in our hearts. Right here's one of our other guys. Hey, you suck dick for gay.
Hey, $20, man.
Yeah.
Right? $20 is $20.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So,
How you guys doing?
but yeah, I mean,
Especially for a guy
we're
who
all
just
making
$20
art.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing is solidarity. To bring everyone together for something is just amazing. And
I dig it.
music and hemp and pot, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's just a different way of bringing yourself out.
We want to bring value. We want to entertain. You know, we want to provide. We want to put something on the table that people can talk about, that they can love, that they can enjoy, and they can share. You know,
Tangible, yeah.
tangible. You know,
same exact thing that you guys provide as a musical industry, but we do it as like a forefront, like on the tabletop industry. So it's kind of funny. Like we make pieces for like your table and shit, and like really nice pieces that you can smoke out of and talk about with your friends. And also at the same time, we'll make pieces that like people will be like, oh wow, like the elegance in that, like oh that's crazy. But at the same time, it provokes thought.
It's like
And so the same thing when it comes with music, and that's the really awesome part of like being entwined with everybody around us, is that we not only get to collaborate with musicians, but we get to collaborate with people in our own industry and be able to understand that there's
right.
everything resolves around the fact there's a community around this, right? So everybody smokes weed. We're all down for this,
Yeah.
right? So it doesn't matter what law gets passed, whatever happens. It doesn't matter. We all stick together as a family.
Well, yeah, once again, solidarity. That's
Right,
what
it's
it comes down
solidarity.
to.
So it's super cool to be able to be a part of this.
it's
Yeah.
super
And be able
dope.
to
It's
do
super dope.
Yeah.
The common thread here at this event, I mean, we want to bring value, we want to entertain, and then it's the plant. It's the plant, man. You know, that has brought us
think-
all together.
I think music.
So much thought.
You said in the 90s you were in Eastlake and
What you guys
Seattle.
do,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been blowing glass?
26 years.
And just out of
That's amazing.
curiosity, was he one of your proteges?
Gavin started working for me when he was like 19,
Yeah.
and
How many
Before I
people do you
even
think-
got my license, I started working for Chris, and it was really an experience to become a part of the process and be integrated into everything, because I started out as an associate pretty much, if anything. I was packing up glass orders for wholesale retailers, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, it's really cool to be a part of the glass industry and contribute, even if it's some small way, right? Everybody thinks of that. Like, even if I contribute in some small way, we're making the bigger picture happen before our eyes. So, as that happened, Chris has provided not only opportunity for me to be able to blossom as not only a skillful glass blower, but as a person in general, and be able to become a person of value, and that like that
Help
I
you
know
cultivate a craft
right
that you
in a
can
craft
carry.
that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like I can not only respect the industry that I work in, and it's like I make glass bongs for a living. So what? Like you guys consider that fucking like down low, like the bottom of the barrel. Some people consider like musicians bottom of the barrel. I know. I played as a musician for tons of years, like being a shitty bassist.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's
like
funny.
everything.
That is.
Like jazz bass was ass, but like as we progressed as musicians in industries, we've become a bigger part of the process, and it's been so magical.
Everybody wishes that they could be as excited as you are about. Like, if people go to work and do bullshit every day that doesn't fucking contribute to the quality of their existence in any way. And look, like, you get to go do this, and it's such a primitive thing. There's fire, there's element. Yeah, right. Like this goes back, like the development of the material, like glass. It's an ancient material that's really primitive. That we've like pulled this out, combined the elements, and now you guys use all different kinds of metals and things like that to get colors and different effects,
so awesome
right?
and innovative
It's
to the
it's
community.
really cool.
Not only like are some of us musicians like yourself that are not only innovating the industry as we know it, but are speaking about real things that
Yeah,
affect our
dude.
community and that are like real shit that happens every single day. Like as a punk rock musician, like I respect him a fuck ton, like a fuck ton, because not only as punk musicians we talk about the fucked up shit that we experience every day in life, but we acknowledge that, we accept it as a part of our being, and we're like about that shit. So we're wearing that name on our sleeve, and we're about that shit, man.
Well,
So,
we respect you guys as well, because you bring out a longevity in things that people try to say is taboo, and it's not taboo. The things that come from the ground is nature.
Documentary, Degenerate Art.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah. The
Absolutely.
things that come from the ground is nature, and it's good for our bodies.
right.
The things that people make man-made is bad for you. I mean, look at ibuprofen.
Right.
Ibuprofen will destroy your liver. Weed has never, ever done anything bad to a human being.
No, absolutely at all, and I agree with that 1,000%.
Well,
And I
I
think
ran
that
out
the
of food
medical
stamps
industry,
Yeah, the food stamp to weed conversion is a little rough, you know.
Yeah.
we should be combined. Every single industry, for not only what they can contribute to our industry, whether it's like a tiny little piece, but everything, like down to the last little iota.
And that's the
Even
thing
like
with-
musicians
with-
like as yourself, you contribute so much to the glass industry, and as a weed industry as our own, you're creating what is not acceptable becoming acceptable, and not only acceptable in everyday households, to become normalized in everyday households. And that's what we ultimately want as punk rock musicians, is that we want what we say to be normalized. We want that shit to be normal, right?
Yeah.
So fuck the government, right? As it is, right?
Yeah.
But we want that shit to be normal.
Yeah.
We're not rebels. No, by any means, we're not rebels. But at the same time, we're rebels against the goddamn government.
I think-
fuck what they
Yeah,
say.
and like all the
Fuck what
bureaucratic
they do.
bullshit that it took.
We make bombs every fucking day.
I like
Yeah.
what,
Get the fuck out of here.
I like
Yeah.
what you're saying, but we're
Shit,
taking steps to make it that way,
Goddamn
and
right.
and that's the way to go about it. We just can't say fuck this, fuck that.
As musicians, like,
Yeah.
we gotta understand
Yeah.
what we add as the community is not only a whole. We're not only Mozart in this shit. We're 10 times above that shit. We're making pieces that not only contribute to the industry, but innovate it as itself. And we're turning shit from shit to straight up glass.
To
man.
Shinola.
I totally agree.
No, no shit from
I
Shinola.
totally agree, and the way that musicians we try to make it our way is that we're creating a venue and an avenue for people like glass blowers and weed sellers. We want them to be able to sell the products even at our events.
Right.
And yeah. And have a way for everyone to come together at our event because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, dude, it's about the community. It's about the glass. It's about
Yeah.
everything that we do is a part of the community.
Right.
And no matter what tiny little bit that we contribute, as much as
And-
it seems like a super cringe or super stupid shit, but like we're really like changing the industry as we know it.
And I know
if
that
you
we-
don't think about it,
Yeah.
but if you think about it on the tiniest scale, we're changing everything as we know it to become normalized and become like everything as we do. It's really cool. It's like
I'm sorry, I love this guy. I love this guy. I just feel like I'm debating him.
I got ADHD.
It's all good. I just kind of feel like I'm debating.
That's essentially what our
no,
podcast
no,
is. It's like a public service announcement for ADHD. Like, we can't stay on topic for shit. Yeah.
No.
I don't think that you're doing what we're doing. Like,
I love
But
you
change
for it,
is
dude.
made. Like, we've
I
made
love you for it,
progress.
man. I really do.
love you too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no matter what we do, we contribute even in the smallest iota. Like, come on, man. Like, everything that we do, we're innovating and changing
Yeah.
the glass industry. Everything as we know it, as a civilization, as a knowledge, is constantly changing.
And
Why can't we do it?
I know-
Why can't you do it? Like,
Yeah.
We're already doing it.
fine.
We're
You
already
guys are
doing it.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
We're becoming like staples of
And
our own industry.
I know we don't have time to get into it. I know we don't have time to get into it, but that's the entire reason why the government doesn't want us to do this.
Right.
Because they know that if they have us under thumb with the medical, all those prescription pills, they're
They
not gonna,
fear autonomous collective power
Right.
is what they
Right.
fear. They want to control and dominate,
Right.
and like that.
But-
and then they have an enforcement apparatus.
With all the
They're,
money-
like all.
Rules that they
Right.
already
Yeah.
created
But
for our
even
industry,
that,
for our
with-
industry, get the fuck out of here.
with
You're
all the
making
money
up
that
shit.
they make with like the medical, the pharmaceuticals,
Licensing and
yeah,
all that.
all
yeah.
that money they make. But marijuana can take care of a lot of that stuff, like painkillers. You don't even make painkillers with marijuana.
Damn straight. Like,
Marinol or whatever.
it's
Yeah,
stuff that
dude,
they're
back in the
bringing
day,
up
the
that's
pills.
cut
Yeah.
profits,
Yeah.
On some
and that's
bullshit.
when they get
They knew it had medicinal use,
Yeah.
and they've been trying to stifle it,
Yeah.
you know? And,
And
like,
that-
concerned about us
That's
for
killing-
years and years, but just
That's-
until we've realized that, like,
Name
this
one
helps.
person. Name one person who's died from marijuana intake.
Right.
right, yeah.
Name one person that's died from fentanyl. I can name 1,000 of them in Seattle alone.
Not to
So-
mention,
Yeah, I got like a dozen homies that are no longer here. Shit.
it doesn't take billions of dollars in research.
too.
Yeah.
It's been there forever.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, if we're talking about pharmaceuticals and government and so many natural medicines that come from the plant medicine.
And the changes you must have seen, for as long as you've been in the
Oh
industry.
my goodness.
Like,
Oh
hey,
my
we've
goodness.
progress.
Right.
We made so much
Yeah.
progress.
Can you even
It's
imagine?
almost like completely different from where we started. Like the fact that we've innovated so fucking much.
It's been fun to watch, and it's been an amazing part of the journey. And just to listen to Redman talk about deschedule and schedule
Right.
3 and reschedule and
Yeah.
Right.
and what already like what the government would consider progressive and like descheduling, but no, like we need to decriminalize it, like deschedule.
Damn
it.
straight.
And that's what Hempfest was originally about. The whole movement was to decriminalize, not to legalize, because then that would open up the commercial market for, and then we see what's happened, right? Tubes, all the fucking packaging and bullshit. I can't bring my nug jug to and go talk to the grower that grew my weed. Like, those were the days that were so dope. Like, I could bring my weed, I could exchange, I could bring my own nug jug, I could open the jar, smell it. Like, you knew who was growing your weed. And it created a.
I love what Redman was saying. Let's make like our politicians accountable. Like, who's holding them accountable?
Damn
You know what I'm
straight.
saying? There was a message today, and the entire festival is about that free speech, that message for that collective,
Free
like
speech,
you know. but the truth is that music and art and community is and the small steps and the consistency is really what's gonna make a difference. Like, you can't just like stand up on a stage with a loudspeaker and say, "Oh, shit's got to change." We have to like build and like but when you do have established people and people that are working hard in the street with those 10 toes down, and making those small steps.
To you guys for being such a staple in our industry.
It's
Super
significant,
innovative.
and that's why we're here.
Such an
Honestly,
inspiration
that's
for us
why
and
we're
other
here at this
communities
event
out
that is
there.
just
Brad as well.
up and coming.
So yeah.
To like do our part, like
I give
to
him
be
props right there.
consistent,
He's a good musician
and
as
to
well.
show up
Oh hell yeah!
and to
Every
like
musician you guys, like,
show our
hire on
artwork and help and hope that it makes a small difference in those steps that's necessary. So.
Well, I want to thank
But
you for
ultimately, it
blessing
comes
us
out
with
of-
some of your guys' art here for the booth. I'm trying to promote all the artists here, so we brought empty shelves, because we don't have any merch right now. We got merch online, but I was like, this is a great opportunity to just promote everybody who's here. Give them a showcase.
They know what's good. They know what's the best fucking podcast.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? This, right?
You love talking, don't you?
The way that you approached us in our booth, and the welcoming, like ingratiating, like energy that you brought, and the way that you're speaking about community, it's just so significant. And like the weirdos, and like
I appreciate that.
even the guy that was wearing the Sasquatch.
That
guy's awesome.
Squatch, yeah.
balls were sweating.
That's DJ
Yeah.
Squatch. He's a great friend of mine. Yeah.
And but like like I so appreciate in talking with him, and we have like a long for 10 years, like we've been talking about Seattle Hemp Fest, and he does that thing, but he's like, it's just so amazing that these guys they brought me into their community and they allowed me to be me, like they allowed me to express myself, and these events like make it possible for people to like and to bring that solidarity and that community and to build those steps that are necessary to like make a significant change, because you can't just be out there like with a loudspeaker saying you need change, but you need
change.
There's a bunch of work. There's a bunch of invisible people behind the scenes pulling this shit off. To pull this event off, for this to come together, I mean, it almost didn't happen. Scott, man, shout out to Scott. I mean, he went through so much
Scott's a great
adversity.
guy.
It literally was like a masterclass in overcoming adversity. Like, seriously.
Proud of a human individual. And, like,
Yeah.
God for being able to perform this for everybody, because it's provided everybody with the equal opportunity.
And fucking legendary artists that I fucking grew up with. I had Redman on cassette. You know what I'm saying? Nappy Root. Like, I'm so stoked for tomorrow. The
Scott is
Nappy
a
Roots are coming
wonderful
through.
Guy. He put all of his money into this.
Yeah. And he got fucked. I heard he got
did.
fucked on
He
that
did.
Franklin Farm
He
shit.
did.
Dude, what a
As a
bummer.
matter of fact, Band Wars, as people from Band Wars, and I'm not looking to get credit. I'm not looking for Band Wars to get credit.
Yeah.
But for one of the guys to be here, one of the celebrities, Peter.
Peter Dante.
Yeah, Peter Dante.
Dante himself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For
Dope.
Peter Dante to even be here, Band Wars members actually put up our own money.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Scott
that's-
actually paid his rent money
Wow.
to get him here,
Damn.
and we actually paid Scott back all the money
Nice.
just to get him here.
Dude,
I was
respect.
gonna
No,
say, as a
respect on
fellow
that. Yeah.
musician, dude, more than ever do I know the struggle of like going down and just putting a limb out on the fact that we might make money on this fucking event.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
more
not
than
even-
ever. You guys have like
The thing about it is, it's not making money. It's about putting the word out
right.
and getting people to understand this is not a chemical that's going to kill somebody. This is something that is good for your body.
So much so that we have an endocannabinoid system.
Yeah.
Right. We've been eating it for thousands of years. It's a primary food source for
Yeah.
people. It's a complete protein.
Even
We can't.
representing the industry
and we're-
in every sort and
We're
which
telling
way.
the government here we don't need your pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, fuck that.
We have what
we just
what
want them.
what was created here.
You know, it's
on the planet.
pharmaceuticals. What we need is pharmaceuticals with a F.
Yeah.
Farm.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. From
And-
the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're
Fuck yeah. That is suitable.
but we're
Fuck
telling
yeah.
them that we don't need a. We're telling them that we don't need an artificial.
Hey, quick question.
We're here right now, and
You
we're
have a
saying,
favorite
hey,
glass blower?
we're ready. We're doing
Right.
our own thing.
We just we just don't need an artificial
100%
thing.
is.
So
Yeah. There's only one guy that
you
like.
guys as well.
There's so many like Scott Depps and there's banjos and there's like Lacey and
I
there's,
appreciate
like,
the
these
punk rock
amazing
thing, but
artists.
we're industrial metal, dude.
Buck,
I appreciate
I
it.
would say I would say Buck would be one of my
I
favorites.
appreciate
But
appreciate it.
yeah, yeah.
Love it, dude. Love it. We're banging our heads to this stuff right here, dude.
Y'all are making some fucking spiky ribs.
Appreciate it. I never heard splanky, but that's great. Yeah. Yeah.
These aren't real guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still inspecting them and shit like crazy. It's
They're glass, but they look.
real.
That's crazy. Yeah.
There's one guy that sparked the modern day glass movement, and that's Bob Snodgrass, and that's a part of that entire documentary.
You know Snodgrass.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, Oregon royalty. Yeah.
Every single one of us glass blowers, like, we all look up to Snodgrass.
I know the family. His.
God.
Snodgrass,
Yeah.
like, all the time, dude. He has innovated the industry in so many different ways, and it's so cool.
That's so cool that you guys know the Snodgrass.
Our shop is less than a mile from Bob Snodgrass there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're
Yeah, because
right-
they're
we're right.
grandfathered into the Oregon Fair. Like they're.
They
like,
are.
Yeah.
I got in 1991. I got my first glass pipe
Make it your own.
from
yeah.
Bob Snodgrass at the Oregon Country Fair. I don't know Joe.
He's like a old, like he's old. He looks like a wizard, honestly.
Yeah.
But the Stamp family, they got a campsite. They're part of that whole circle too.
You guys do
If
too.
there's any event that was more influential in my life than the Seattle Hemp Fest, it is the Oregon Country Fair. I grew up
We
in
were-
that culture.
we respect you guys
I
as well,
started
too.
going there with that. And I got my first Snodgrass there. Like I said, I was like 18. I had to, have someone buy it from them because I was too young, and it was just. That was my first glass pipe. That's why I'm a glass blower now. It's because of Bob Snodgrass. 100%.
Copy that shit.
Wow, and what a fitting name too for the for to be in that industry. Yeah, to have grass in your name.
Yeah. They're like whenever I even like I see the name Snodgrass, I think like royalty.
Yeah, we just missed out on the Oregon Country Fair this year. We're trying to go next year for sure. Yeah.
Okay, well we gotta. I'm there every year. I work security there. Every year I try to get juried in and have a booth there. But I've been out in the campsites and like
Yeah.
they're.
You guys are like so awesome.
It's the most
As a punk
influential
rock, like,
event in my
fucking
entire life.
spouting out to the
As
system,
much as
this is
parents,
what you
teachers,
fucking want.
Oregon
This
Country
is what you
Fair is
stand
like,
for.
and
Like, dude,
if you want to
I
talk
love-
about
I
like
love-
bringing
I love it.
value
You-
and entertainment, it's the
I
Oregon
love your
Country Fair is
enthusiasm.
what taught me what it means
It's not punk rock.
bring quality value entertainment to people, and that's what it's like. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
System.
Well, it's so cool because like I've smoked off an original Snodgrass piece at family functions. Like to hear that name, like that's amazing that you were inspired to start pursuing a craft and an art. That's so cool how we're like all connected. Like I was talking to somebody, they were talking about like the 7 degrees of separation, right? And how like you can find somebody like through. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's incredible.
Sure.
Today at my booth over there, we've got these fumed top hats, made. So the original Snodgrass piece that was Golden Top Hat.
Right.
That was my first glass pipe, and I was just telling Justin here that it wasn't even 91, it was like 1990 at the Oregon Country Fair at a little booth at night. It was clay babies. They made little clay pipes, and I saw under the lights, tripping on acid for the first time.
There's
A glass
a bunch
pipe.
of firsts.
A glass
Yeah.
pipe, man. You know, I'm like 17 years old, and we're, you know, some of you guys probably weren't even born in like 1991. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Christ, you're a baby.
Oh yeah, I'm a baby in the
But
glass
but to
industry.
be a young person and to be inspired by like a piece of artwork and just like that actually was the inspiration for like a entire career. Like my entire life, adult life, I've aspired to make glass pipes and bongs.
Right.
And it all started because of Snodgrass at the Oregon Country Fair, like 1990.
That's so
Well,
fucking
just-
That's what's
cool,
cool,
man.
too.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
so
Let's
awesome.
just look at this stuff. This is like amazing. Look at that.
We've been able to
That's
integrate people
freaking
like
amazing.
me into the process. Who's
Well, and it's like
never
a
touched
it's like an
glass.
heirloom piece too, where like
yeah.
you could
Right.
pass this down, and
I've never
Yeah.
touched
Yeah.
glass a day in my life before I worked with Chris, and Chris has showed me not only everything I need to know, but has the opportunity to show me what I can do to innovate whatever I've done for the company. And it's been such a privilege to be able to like make pieces not only for like people like Cheech and Chong and like to get
Oh, that's
people high
dope.
as a community as a whole. Like,
I-
dude, we love getting people
Gavin,
high.
I will say
As-
this.
as
What
an
Well, we like getting high too, so.
person, that's what we live for.
on
as
on
people.
a side note, and talking about like bringing young people up, throughout my entire career, bringing young people into the fold and like trying to, and that creative energy that, and that like with a young person, you know, like
oh yeah, he's got so much energy.
like it's
He's full of
different,
it.
it's different.
Yeah.
As we get older, we get like stuck in our ways, you know.
Are you on a?
It's ADHD, bro.
I'm just
It's
checking.
spectrum.
I'm just checking if you're on a generator or something.
There's a spectrum, thank God, that they call it now.
But
There's a whole-
I've always loved, and including my son and just young people.
Shout
like,
out to Will Survives, goddamn.
It's honestly what it's been a great pleasure in my life is to allow an opportunity for young people to be creative and to come in and bring that energy is like because they'll have ideas and they'll have they won't be like beaten down by the society and they're told they can't do this or you can't do that
Yeah,
and
it's
then
the regulatory norms.
it's
right?
just
like, I
so
can
fun.
come up with
It's
a
so
crazy
fun having
idea.
that youthful energy, and and I'm 50 years old now. It's like, but to be able to stay inspired, like it's super important to bring young people in,
Right.
and to bring that energy. And
And
so
that's what
I
we
would
strive
just,
for
I just
as a
wanna-
community,
it's
as
super,
a whole.
it's super
just
fun
in
having
general.
Gavin, a part of the team and bringing that energy each and every day. And
Well, he's-
Charlie Sheen energy.
he's got the tiger blood.
The tiger blood, yeah.
Fuck everything that moves. We're pretty damn close.
But no, I totally get it. Coming from his side, I'm probably quite a bit older than him.
I was gonna say I'm 23.
Yeah, so I'm in my 40s. I'm in mid 40s right now. But I can see where the excitement comes from, where the energized comes from, because you give somebody, what's that old saying? You give someone a fish and they eat, but you teach them how to fish and they become a fisherman. Well,
Right.
that's how
My
this is
family-
happening. And that's an old saying. I mean, even it came from like the Christian thing, and I'm not even a Christian. Look at me.
My family immigrated here
but,
from
uh,
Afghanistan,
yeah.
and that's what we did as a living
But
for a long time. was being
it
fishermen.
literally
So-
stands true. though.
And
You-
growing
you give
fireweed.
a person a fish, they're gonna want you to give them the fish. But you teach them how to fish, and they're gonna want to go and cultivate.
Right,
So, and that's the
Yeah.
whole point of
You
everything.
Give a man a fish, they eat for a day.
Yeah.
Teach a man a fish, they
Yeah,
eat for a lifetime.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're giving somebody a skill that they could literally provide a living for
Where I started
themselves.
With this industry, kind of honestly, as a whole, is with punk rock. I've performed with many punk rock bands. I've been with at least 3 so far, and I was always lead or secondary bassist or guitarist for. So it's really fun to be able to come into a different industry as a whole.
Was the name of your band Tiger Blood?
No,
Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, there you go.
it's more like fuck everything, kill
Yeah.
everything. But same energy.
Yeah.
Obviously, like come on.
Well, as long as you're not killing it, then fucking it. I don't know. Where do you draw the line there? Yeah.
If it's a bong, I mean,
Plenty of tasty brands out there that are less caffeine. You should try some. Okay.
and that's the best part of this is that I get all this energy from a free. Like,
No, I get it. You're
basis.
excited for what's happening.
You're siphoning it pure out of the ether.
Yeah,
Just
right? No,
I'll be honest. I've actually never seen Gavin so excited as he is.
he's he's super excited. I can tell.
You guys, today has been like a really it's been a special day for us. We've been having a lot of fun, but I've seen a side of Gavin today. His enthusiasm for being able to sell the glass and share his story with what we do with our like entire experience and with creating the glass. Literally, probably every half hour that we've been sitting over there, he's like, "This is amazing.
Right.
This is so great.
Right.
Like, we're
And as I said-
providing so much entertainment.
As I
and
said
value to
beforehand,
people, and it's like,
yeah. As I said beforehand, it's the camaraderie.
Right.
He's seeing a bunch of people who have the same exact ideas.
Yeah.
And we all know that these are the right ideas.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
right way to go.
Right.
well, and then that energy builds.
Yeah,
It's
and
it's
it just-
synergistic,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
putting in their
It's
energy.
just circulating
right, and it
around, and
builds.
everyone is
Yeah.
picking up on that same energy.
Mama J, how's it going?
We got a special guest, huh?
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for all your hard work. You are a trooper. This is such a savage warrior right here that made all this possible.
Right? Right.
Burning the midnight oil. Yeah.
Midnight oil.
I'm
I
locking
love
gates.
that.
I had PEs out. Everyone's good.
All right.
We have a hot tub.
Holy fucking shit! No way.
They got me an inflatable hot tub and surprised me.
That's
Nice.
amazing.
It was hot and it's not a hot tub yet. It was cold, so with the sunburn,
Whoops.
I went and cold plunged. I
Nice.
got right with Jesus. I got cool today at some point.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, it was a killer out here. It was so hot.
I'm not gonna lie.
And now I'm to the fuzzy
Damn,
fuzzy.
like that's,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of the industry right there. It's like you're.
I'm not gonna
like, eat it.
lie. That's the second time I've heard Jesus come up in a conversation.
You got rebuked earlier. You were
did.
saying you
I
got
did.
rebuked
Yeah.
in the
Somebody-
parking lot.
Somebody wanted Jesus to take me away, and when I asked Jesus myself to take them away, they actually left. That's great.
Damn.
I'm like, look at me. Do I look like a guy that actually believes in a certain species?
Yeah.
So
I think your faith prevailed.
I think so.
It might have been more faith in them just
I
disappearing.
think so.
though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think they were more afraid of me than anything else.
Yeah.
I thought when when the ambulance showed up, I actually thought that was the police coming to get me.
Wow. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not part of your program.
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
These lights will
That
be
was a
helping us
bummer
early.
though, because that set was so
It was,
good, and
yeah.
it just ended so abruptly.
It was so amazing.
Actually,
Yeah.
he got 3 more minutes because of that.
Really?
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we
Well, my bad then.
backline
Yeah.
had
Hey.
PE, so we were 10 minutes.
You guys
late,
cutting
but
out?
We got 30 minutes early. The cops are happy. We're happy.
Oh, this is the lady who's running the show right here. Yep.
I'm locking gates.
Because you got to get your vehicle. Do you want to pull around back?
I'll wait if you guys are moving things and stuff.
That's the beauty of the
I'm
glass
gonna.
industry.
We were
is
just
it's
gonna
so-
stay and help him take this down a little bit.
Are they?
I'm moving. I'm moving the back one, so
Are they
that's fine.
moving vehicles from
Yeah.
the front?
Can you go hit the button on the camera for me? Yeah.
You're leaving
So
now.
out of
No, he's just restarting it. Just hit it twice,
where
boop,
has
boop,
like been your favorite?
and make sure it says record. You're good.
Oh.
Awesome.
I was gonna say if you guys been playing music for a minute now.
Yeah.
Like, what was your favorite place to play?
Yeah, you got to be badass for
these.
people to surprise you with a fucking
One of
hot
these.
tub. That's that's amazing. Like, you know what? You
Yeah.
fucking deserve a hot
Yeah.
tub.
This type of shit.
That's great.
Dude, that's
It's
It's
fucking
a very
great.
personal venue.
okay.
We're all
Look at
really
how
good
happy I am.
Oh
friends
my
with
God,
Tony
that's
V.
awesome.
So that's probably the best.
I was gonna
This
say,
is how I tucked the
we've
kids
had a
in.
place like
I'm
that
good.
kind of
Yeah.
in
It was
Eugene.
cold.
I'm so happy for you.
That's
That's awesome.
It's gonna get warmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I jumped
else's
in
basement.
all
Yeah.
dressed.
And pretty much what we
Awesome.
do is we'd host shows in people's basements, pretty much, and it would be a Eugene event, so tons of people
Well,
would come.
We actually had our own venue for a while, and then the owner screwed us over.
Of
Yeah,
course, as
he
they normally do.
he was a real estate mogul, and he was paying the property tax on the building. And the entire thing was, you guys take over the building, and in a year, I'm going to cut ties and just leave.
Really?
Well, the first of the year, this year,
Right.
which was the beginning of their contract, he cut ties with everybody.
Right, and as a musician,
So,
you guys are like, what the
We got stuck with a $30,000 bill, which we couldn't pay.
Yeah,
So,
and as musicians, you guys are just like, where did this come from? Like,
well,
why did you guys
that's
even
not
leave
even
in the
that's
first
not
place?
even the bad part. The bad part was he let the place go to shit.
Yeah. We're gonna finish up here
Blamed
shortly.
everybody else for his mistakes. When
Like a hot tub.
yeah, when we started bringing people
Yeah, that's
in,
awesome.
That's when
Hey,
he was
thank
like,
you, Mama
"Screw
J.
you guys." So,
You're amazing.
You guys were like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, we're just about the community. and
Yeah,
we're
so we
about
ended
the
up
whole of it.
we ended up closing our venue. Unfortunately, we had Loud and Local KSW there the last show. Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say KSW.
Yeah,
I've
we had
heard of
the
them.
we had the men's room there.
Oh, that's
their
awesome.
show.
Yeah.
We had them there. They Ted Smith, which is one of the guys there,
Yeah.
actually slapped.
The Ted Smith.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Ted.
the Ted
That's
Smith.
good branding.
Yeah, it is, right? So Band Wars, we actually have a mascot. He was supposed to be here today.
Fucking budgets.
Yeah, Budget's the clown. So we got a guy who's actually a clown.
I love him actually.
Yeah,
That's
he's
awesome.
like one of my best friends, quite honestly. Yeah, it's true. He does look like shit. But the Ted Smith literally
You guys out?
literally smacked the fillings out of his
out
mouth.
here. That's what I was saying.
So we
Yeah.
do a shot
We'll-
called
we'll-
the
give me like
tsunami
10.
shot.
Yep.
Right. So you take your shot of your favorite alcohol.
Okay.
You take the salt and you inhale it. It's a Steve-O shot.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whew.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's right.
I splashed you in the face with water and I smacked the lid.
Yeah. He's right.
And then
So-
someone blows salt in your eyes.
No.
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 So
So
never mind.
yeah. Yeah. That's something else.
Tiger blood.
So yeah. Tiger blood.
Hey,
No.
awesome. Yeah.
I'm talking about a Steve-O shot.
Take a piss and check my
So I actually
Alright.
scared Ted Smith on this shot.
You want to shake it for me?
Yeah. I'll be there in a minute. Yeah, though.
It's gotta be symbiotic.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
So I actually scared Ted.
That's why you wear the gloves.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't want any stinky weenie
Yeah,
fingies.
yeah, yeah. It keeps that sticky stuff off of me.
No, don't want any stinky weenie fingies.
Right. That's right. Yeah, I actually scared Ted Smith with this shot called the Steve-O shot.
Yeah.
Steve-O from Jackass.
Yeah.
So he had never even heard of this shot before.
Okay.
And so this shot, you actually take your shot of alcohol, you take the salt, and you inhale it like a line
That's
of cocaine.
insane. That's insane.
So then,
You just do a line of salt? Dog,
Yeah.
that's
so the lime, you then squirt in both of your eyes. So you actually take the lemon or lime juice and you squirt them in both of your eyes.
Oh, okay. So this is just a form of torture.
It is, yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
you to
Yeah.
whatever the norms, the
But you're doing it to
social norms
yourself.
that you associated that with.
Yeah.
But you're doing it to yourself.
Definitely.
So yeah. So
I'm about
I
that.
introduced Ted Smith to this shot.
Okay.
Yeah. So he thought I was insane, which doesn't look too far off if you look at me right now.
Yeah, right?
But
too far along.
not too far off. Just about a little bit. But yeah, I mean, and then we did the tsunami shot, which Brad was telling you guys about.
What's that one?
The tsunami shot is where you actually take a shot of whatever drink you're having. Then whoever is standing in front of you throws the glass of water in your face and smacks you in the face.
Okay.
Matter of fact,
Wake up moment.
Yeah,
you're
and then
gonna
you
see-
immediately headbutt them in the nose.
You're gonna see on season 2. You're gonna see Redman do that to a couple of our guys.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. We actually got him to do it. He did not want to do it. He was very reluctant. I don't.
Did he say shut the fuck up?
No.
Shut the fuck up.
He was afraid of actually doing it. He did not want to do it. There was actually a moment where he actually ran back up the ramp because he didn't want to do it, I think.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. So Redman, I'm sorry if you're watching this. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But you did run up the ramp to take care of something. You didn't come back down for at least 5 minutes. And then when you came back down, you smacked the shit out of us, and we were very happy for that.
Yeah. That's funny.
You gotta love that in the
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
honestly. Like,
That's what we want. We want to show how funny this stuff is. You don't have to be a stuntman in Hollywood to do this shit.
To have a good time.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have to have $1,000 to fucking go out and have a good time.
Right.
You don't have to be a millionaire to go out and fucking do something you want to do. And again, I apologize. I got the mouth of a sailor. So
Your name is Ghoul. How dare you have a foul
God
mouth?
damn it, right?
Well, shit. Ghoul, it was really nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, man.
I'm definitely gonna see if you guys can come back on tomorrow. You guys gonna is the
We'll
rest of
be
the
here
crew gonna
tomorrow.
be
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
See if Yak Nasty can come through with the
I could
Northwest
definitely get him.
Weirdos. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be here. Scott is coming on in the morning
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well-
I was
awesome.
gonna say, we as Special K would
I
love to meet those people.
I will tie
Love
up.
to-
I will tie them all up and drag them here if I have to.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
with their own intros. By the way.
And again, it's the Band Wars.
Band Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
Band Wars season 1 is on Amazon Prime right now.
Okay.
It is also on YouTube for free.
Awesome.
If you can bear through the ads that they make you watch.
All right.
And then if you want to pay $10.35 because that's what Amazon made us charge people, you can go on there and pay that for the first. Right now we're filming season 2. That
Okay.
will be out in probably about a year.
Okay.
So
All the more
there's a lot of crazy
Excellent.
stuff happening. We're actually gonna have the Trailer Park Boys on there.
Okay. Nice. That'll be fun. Hell yeah.
They actually they signed on for last year.
Okay.
Our schedules conflicted, so we were not able to actually do that. And then we didn't have $30,000.
Okay.
They requested us to have $30,000
I
for
have
their.
a couple questions.
Sure.
So Band Wars.
Yeah.
8 inches.
But you guys are
10.
you guys are more about like fuckery, and you said
Glasses.
jackass for like something else. But
Yeah.
So how the name Band Wars? Like what? Like
Well-
how does that really relate to the actual content of what you guys are creating?
It actually coexists because there's two different factions. There's two hosts.
Okay.
There's Hakate, and then there's Ticker, and they are the two hosts of the show.
Okay.
They have two factions. There's the Piss Wizards, and
Piss Wizards!
I can't remember what was Ticker's.
We got mixed reviews
faction, I
on
can't
Piss
remember.
Wizards. Yeah.
Actually, I forget.
Yeah, I forgot what the other one
It
was.
wasn't as funny as Piss.
Yeah, no, it wasn't as funny as Piss Wizards. But there's those two factions, and then one faction is under one of the hosts, and the other faction is the other. Whoever loses gets a punishment at the end. So one person had to have hot sauce injected in their asshole.
Nice.
Yeah, from Hot Ones.
Different than the hot beef injection.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Got his ass waxed.
he did. Yeah, Ticker.
Okay, but why expression Band Wars? I mean, obviously you're in a band, but both factions are bands that come together.
Yes.
And they were like warring. And,
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's like a game show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It didn't necessarily have to do with the music so much as it was like
No.
two groups of bands that
Yeah,
were like.
yeah. So
Okay.
So the
Okay.
idea is two bands, local bands.
Dress up and fight to the death.
We get a
Because
bunch
the other
of,
dude had battle armor on. I'm like, dude, are you really?
Prefer death
we
over
we
hot sauce
we
injected in
we get a bunch of chainsaws and beavers
know.
attached to. We get a couple of.
I'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
We get a couple of chainsaws and some beavers attached to baseball bats, and we beat each other senseless.
Nice.
The last one standing wins.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So my other question is, how do you get a deal with Amazon Prime? Like,
So I'm glad you asked that. So how we got into Amazon Prime is that we became friends with Chris 51 from Ink Masters.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually told us exactly how to get onto Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So we did that, and they actually loved what we were going to put out.
Right.
We sent them our promo. They loved it. They saw a guy puke 6 feet in the air.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
You not say
no to that. Yeah, and then they absolutely loved what they saw.
Okay.
So they signed us on for a 2-season deal.
I asked.
All right.
What?
Didn't the STEM out of Beer Olympics?
It did, yeah.
Oh, absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous.
I ask because it's relevant for us because like as a company and when it comes to like fuckery and bringing value
Sure.
and entertainment,
Oh, yeah.
like we also like put a great amount of emphasis and
It's
time,
like that old
energy, and
saying-
money into that with our business and
Yeah.
our, social media platforms, and we just love to provide entertainment and would love an opportunity for like different
Right.
expanded
Right.
um,
Oh,
How
I-
do we make
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
industry
So-
more punk rock as we know it?
any-
Oh,
so-
Right.
all right,
Right.
taking hot sauce up the
I appreciate
asshole.
you sharing.
Like, let's
There's
do it,
actually
man.
there's
Yeah.
actually
It takes. I'll do it.
so season 1 episode I want to say 7.
Putting the sin in
Yeah.
capsaicin.
That's right. So
Dude, that's the one when I baby bird.
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. That's not even the one I wanted. I'm sorry, but I think it's episode 5. I'm sure you will. Later on tonight, actually. So I think it's actually episode 5. We actually did a advertisement in the Seattle Stranger magazine,
Okay.
and it was for an audition for a play, and the play was called Sexy Parts.
Okay.
So we actually got people that actually came in. So the judges we had were actually our judges we put in. One was a guy named Steve Unger from Metal Church.
Respect.
Yeah, then we had Pamela Moore from Murder Weapon.
Oh, fuck yeah, murder weapon.
And then we had Tinker and Akate. And
Okay.
Heard
then
of him.
and I never heard of them. That's what, yeah.
All just the same.
I think we picked them up out of a alleyway in a dark place in
Smell, baby.
I think it was at the gum wall actually at Seattle.
Except
You
for
were there too.
Metal's
That's
metal,
where we picked you
except
up.
for when it's salt.
That's right. That's right. So we got all these really talented people to be the judges, and we got one of our good friends. He's also a member of a band called the Hypnotex. His
Okay.
name is Chris Walters. We call him Hypno Man, and he is actually a screenwriter, a screenplay writer.
Okay.
He's also a certified clown. He went to clown college and became a clown.
Not a certified lover boy.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, an actual,
8 inches soft.
an actual clown they called
Yeah.
Zucchini. So he wrote this entire play about the different parts of a human anatomy. So he had some girl come in and she was like the vagina, and there was the 2 guys that were the left and right testicle.
Okay.
And they literally sang their hearts out to get this parts and this non-existent
I'm going for parts.
this non-existent play that's happening. So they don't know it's non-existent. And this one guy, he really wanted the part, like literally really wanted it. He was putting heart and soul into it. Well, he still to this day does not know it was a fake thing.
That's hilarious.
One of the reasons why I love Seattle, I love The Stranger, is because
The funny
they're
part,
so far out there that you guys
here's the
go.
funny,
Man, it's amazing.
here's the
And
funny part.
Stranger is not a sex move.
It
It's
is
a newspaper.
It
If you
is,
know what a
yes.
newspaper, like there used to be newspapers.
Back in the day, there were these papers that had printed word on them.
Yeah.
So the
That's
funny
crazy.
part is, like 2 months later, after we did all of this, 2 months later, we're all watching some YouTube video of like I think it was a Tourette's guy from Ohio, and we found out this guy was cast in a Washington State lottery commercial.
Wow.
He was
That's
singing
funny.
karaoke with somebody else. So he actually got this huge deal
Nice.
with Washington State, and he does not know he was part of a joke.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm running out of battery juice here. If you got any last things to cover real quick.
Yeah, I love your story, man.
I love you guys too.
I love Band Wars. I mean, I had no idea where that came from. You guys are a couple bands. You guys came together and you guys want to do some fuckery. You guys challenging,
Shenanigans.
doing wild.
That's right. We
crazy
have actually
shenanigans,
shenanigan
and
camps.
It turned
Yeah.
into something
Yeah, dude, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
really significant, and I just really appreciate you taking the time and how gracious you've been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, appreciate
I
it.
do as well.
Welcoming,
Well, thank you for blessing us with some of your art to display.
allowing us to, like, share our story on a platform like this and help shine light on what we do as well. And so
I appreciate you coming
Yeah.
and taking the time
Pretty-
to
pretty
come
sweet,
talk to me. So, yeah, awesome. Yeah,
Thank you, my dude.
fuck yeah. And I'll be seeing you guys around.
You.
So, you guys have a good night. Take it easy.
You too.
Yep.